Hello and welcome back to Helldivers 2 Loadout Roulette. Today's loadout is the MA5C Assault Rifle from Halo, the P113 Verdict, and the G6 Frag. Our armor is the CM21 Trench Paramedic. Light armor, it's like the slightly less than, like a light plus is what I would consider it, because some are, I think, 79 armor. This is just below that, but above standard light. Medkit passive, all around pretty okay. The CM14 Physician Helmet, and Cover of Darkness, because I couldn't really find anything that stood out at the moment. And black and red. All matches. And we are going up against the Automatons, so I will see you in the mission.
The enemy has launched a...
Okay, so our stratagems are Eagle Airstrike, Patriot Exosuit, the Guard Dog, Drone, and Grenadier Battlement. If you've been around, you know how I feel about the Grenadier Battlement. Leave me alone, I just want to call in my thing. If you haven't been around or seen me use it, I think it's terrible. I don't even need to call it in. I was gonna try to get it called in and use it, but guess that's what I get for trying to survive. Alright, where's this gotta go? Not too far. I want to take that research station because it's just right there. Yeah, I'm gonna drop it and push on that. It's right there. Well, that guy's already moving on it. He doesn't need me backing him up.
Objective located. East, cancel that. Tactical asset near your location.
But yeah, it's been, I think, a couple weeks now, or at least I think it's been about like a week and a half, 2 weeks, since we got the first update that's supposed to fix the game. I haven't played a ton, but from what I have played, I haven't crashed. So that's an improvement. I have seen a lot of the stuff from the devs say this is the first wave of patches, that there's a lot of work they have to do. And I've said it before, I do wonder at what point is it better to just port the game. Yeah, it's expensive. Yeah, it's time consuming. But if the framework itself is bad, you know, you can only do so much. Yeah, you can build a house on rotted wood, but the rot is going to eventually give way. You can do everything in your power to stall it, but it's inevitable. I'll just hit that, so that's active. Because I'd like to see this game keep going, I just worry. But like right now it seems pretty stable, which is cool. I don't really have much I can use here.
Requesting air support!
Point blanking airstrikes is not what I was figuring I'd have to do here.
Calling down a walker! Mission map updated.
Free stalwart, I'll take it. And 100 super credits from somebody. Cool.
Requesting sentry!
Trying to figure out where the generator is, I think.
Requesting air support.
Maybe over here?
Calling down a sentry.
Oh yeah, I can see it from here. Already I can tell you the build isn't half bad. Just kind of needs a backpack weapon and not the grenadier battlement. I remember seeing people talk about with the patch there was a balance change and they apparently nerfed the coyote, which funny enough kind of feeds into what people were saying about Arrowhead and not trusting their balance process. And it always kind of sucks because people... The Arrowhead glazers will always misconstrue the argument. They'll be like, oh, people are mad that there's nerfs anytime. To a degree, people are mad because a lot of these nerfs are unnecessary. Especially given the grunt fiction approach that we kind of need better weapons. But it's also... People understand when something is clearly overpowered. And I don't think there's really been many instances of that. Like, I will give credit where credit is due. When the Eruptor had all of the shrapnel shoot west, so it would insta-kill like walkers if you shot them in the leg the right way, or would do that to Bile Titans. Yeah, that was broken, that needed to be fixed. Was that a nerf? In some people's eyes, yeah. To me, no, that is literally fixing. If it isn't working the correct way, that's just fixing your mistakes. But like the Coyote didn't need a nerf. I think fire, while it's better than other status effects, still kinda sucks. And to further like hammer down the assault rifle category, it isn't doing anyone any favors. And there was an interview with one of the devs who had said when it comes to features, so just different things in the game, some of them were getting added last minute. They were being like feature complete and by and large untested. And it's like, knowing that, it explains a lot, and it's also very distressing because it shows how slapdash the updates are. And I get what Pillisted had said back in the day of like, oh, well, we don't want to hire too many people and have to fire them. Yeah, that's a noble approach. Nobody wants to fire people. But they're also trying to make a live service game with like the bare minimum staff numbers. And it shows. Look at what our, what was it, Liberation Day or whatever it was in October, whatever they count that as. The event was just, oh, use the rifle we already have, the Constitution, and just get a bunch of kills. Get a couple million kills with it. Wahoo. I think we got a cape for it. Oh, I couldn't climb that. But yeah, that's our big event. It's not really noteworthy. You've had more or less a year to plan something, and you did a basic, like, major order that we've been getting continually. It's one shot. Okay. But yeah, they need more people. They need a better system in which they can get content out and tested. The fact that there isn't really much of a system is shocking.
Engaging terminal. Requesting air support.
And I think I've said it before, there's been weird balance things they've done. There was a talk about how one of the weapon balance guys had said, oh, even if we were to add homing to the stim pistol, it still wouldn't make it a popular weapon. And my first thought was, so why not add it? Like, oh, hey, we can add this utility, but it's not, like, what's the argument? It's, oh, it's not going to become top meta, so why should we care? The devs even admitted in a recent interview a few days ago, as of this recording, so, like, when it comes out, maybe last week, that they have an internal meta. I did not want railgun, I wanted the, wanted the samples. How much you know about that tank is still there? Oh, we already have people here.
Objective critical strategy available. Objective critical strategy no longer available. Grenade! Have a taste of democracy! Eat this!
But yeah, like, all the news regarding the game has just been patches fixing and admitting how much they've screwed up.
Requesting sentry.
Which, I mean, it's cool and all. It just kind of sucks when that's all there is
Critical stratagem available.
just taking the blame on things.
Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
Especially when you can own mistakes all you want. If nothing changes, then what's the point? And I think one of my questions is, because they're still delaying as of this recording, so this is like 3 days before it comes out for you. What is the release cadence?
Rare sample acquired.
Because they said, oh, we're gonna hold off on releasing new content, blah blah blah, the usual. And I had asked this before, are we gonna get another slew of war bonds just stacked on top of each other, you know, week after week?
Sending in an eagle.
Or are we looking at something different? Because I keep reiterating myself, art people still have to do stuff. They still have to make art. Unless Arrowhead is, like, furloughing all of their artists, which I can't imagine they would do. We're just kind of waiting.
Sub-objective nearby.
I don't know. I think the game's in a weird state. A lot of stuff needs to get done,
I got the
but
terminal.
I don't know exactly how they're gonna go about it.
Calling down a sentry.
Because this kind of plays back into like the Odo and Thick Fillet stuff about the patches, and you can't have a 60-day, you know, patch window thing every 120 days. Like I said, needing to do the engine change, they kind of need to do it to future-proof the project.
I'm on it. Requesting air support.
But even that raised the question of, what do the devs see as the future of the game? Because that's always a question you kind of have to ask about any project. Is like, where do you see this going? What is your wish list?
Delivering payload.
Because they could sit here and be like, oh yeah, we have, 100 more weapons planned, 6 more sub-factions, 20 new mission types, all this stuff. Or they could be like, yeah, we have the next war bond. And that's a very big thing to try to figure out, is just where do they want to be compared to where they are. And then, figuring out where and if you can get there. Because if you sit down and look at a lot of games and cut content or the art, a lot of concept art, you can see in a lot of these cases a ton of stuff that was planned that ends up going away. And live service is weird because they do have the advantage of hey, we can go as long as need be.
Tagging map, south, far.
Kind of to a degree, roadmap be damned. But there's also the issue of, as you're making the game, if you're making it a standard one and done game, you know all your limits. You know that as you're going through, there isn't some instance of oh, we added new thing broke everything. But live service is weird because it builds up a ton of technical debt. And as we see here, they didn't really mitigate it. They just kind of left it and were like, it can't get that bad, can it? Until it got that bad. I'm going to drop this over here, where it is safe.
Requesting sentry.
I don't know. I just hope for the best. I know I'm repeating myself, but hopefully if I say it enough, it becomes true. I've been working on the video I want to do, kind of really hammering home everything that I would want to change about this. Everything that needs the work done. I don't touch weapons that much. For me, it's more elemental damage / status effects, galactic map. The sub-factions, all that stuff. But it's in the works eventually. I just also have to get all the visuals done. That's a big one for me. I'm a charts and graphics kind of guy. I can use words to describe things, but I'd prefer to even do a very scuffed mock-up.
My life for Super Earth. Requesting air support! Requesting Walker. Sending in an Eagle.
Delivering payload.
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds. Clear landing zone. Pelican 1 arriving at coordinates. Pelican 1 landing in progress. Ending in an Eagle. Affirmative. Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted.
But that is all for now. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure to hit the like button. It helps out the channel a lot. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.